As you may remember, the House passed a version of the bill last year, but the Republican-controlled Senate never took it up. Well, this time around, Democrats have the support of the White House at a slight edge in the Senate. The question, will that be enough to get it on to President Biden's desk?
The yeas are 220, the nays are 212. The bill is passed.
As expected, and along party lines, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act moved a step closer to becoming law, passing in the House of Representatives. The legislation would ban chokeholds, end racial and religious profiling, establish a national database to track police misconduct, and prohibit certain no-knock warrants.
One of the goals of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is to raise the standards of policing in America and also to transform the culture.
The bill also contains several provisions that would make it easier to hold officers accountable in civil and criminal court. One of the proposals, a change to qualified immunity, the legal doctrine that shields officers from lawsuits by lowering the bar for plaintiffs to sue officers for alleged civil rights violations, a reform that Republicans in the House and Senate oppose.
They talk as if repealing qualified immunity would make the police victims of all kinds of things. But the fact is that qualified immunity is a judge-made doctrine. 40 years ago, you didn't have it.
This doctrine has been established, invented by federal judges to effectively protect law enforcement officers from having to face consequences for wrongdoing.
Last fall, we talked to New York Civil Liberties Union Policy Director Lee ROWLAND about the dangers inherent in qualified immunity set against the constitutional rights of the public.
Police are highly trained, highly paid professionals whose first job is to uphold public safety, which absolutely includes our constitutional rights. And I would say that any police force that can't do its job because it is expected to actually follow the mandates of the Constitution is a police force that is out of control and needs to be completely rebuilt and reimagined.
And now the bill prompted by the death of George Floyd, who died with an officer's knee on his neck, that officer facing trial later this month, heads to the Senate, where it faces a likelihood of a filibuster and other obstacles in an evenly divided Senate.
The tragic death of George Floyd has awakened the world and the nation to the gross injustice that too many African Americans face on a daily basis.
And of course, again, the first obstacle will be the filibuster, even though the Senate is evenly divided right now, with the vice president poised to cast the deciding vote. Democrats would still need to win over 10 Republican senators to overcome an almost certain filibuster just to get it to debate on the Senate floor and then to a vote. What that means is whatever bill does make it to the Senate floor for a vote, it will likely be much different than the one being celebrated at the moment in the House of Representatives.